Hello and a big welcome back to the Wee Larder channel. Today we're going to be making a delicious ham shank soup, or as my dad calls it, ham shunky soup. This is a favourite recipe in our family. We absolutely love it. My sisters cook it, my dad cooks it. We all really like making it at this time of year, especially when it starts to get colder around autumn time, and it's just such a warming dish. Traditionally I would make it with red lentils, but I thought I would try making it with split peas and barley, which is closer to an Irish recipe actually. So if you want to make it with red lentils, just swap out the split peas and the barley for the lentils. You might need to change the quantities up a little bit. So we're getting all cozy in the kitchen today. I've got some candles on and I've got my lovely pumpkins in the background there as well. It's really getting colder here just now, so we're just trying to make things feel a little bit cozier around the house. So we've got our ham shank there. Mine's actually frozen. That's all the butcher had for me. So we're going to pop that into the water and we're going to be simmering that, bringing it to a boil and simmering away for an hour. So that's going to create a really nice base for our soup. I always say if you want a really tasty soup, it takes a lot of time. So I actually sold my soup maker because soup was ready in 10 minutes and it just didn't have any flavour. So I really like to take my time over a good soup. So we're just going to skim off the foamy bits from the water there while we're making our, so we're basically making our stock for the soup here. So we're just going to keep doing that every 10 minutes or so, and we're just going to keep that cooking for about an hour. So while that's bubbling away, we're going to grate our vegetables for our soup here. So I'm just grating a wee bit of neep and some carrots as well. You could add some different vegetables in here if you want to. Maybe some parsnip would work. Maybe some sweet potato. I've never tried it, but that could also maybe work well in here as well. So I really like grated vegetables and soups. They're just so easy to cook that way, and in this recipe it just really works. Show you like all the prep for cutting up the vegetables and stuff for my recipes, but since we have a lot of time in this recipe of making the stock and stuff, I thought I would just show you the grating. So we're just going to keep skimming our water, and then so our ham shank is still bubbling away there nicely, and we're going to be keeping it in the water for another hour after we've added in our split peas and our barley. So we're going to be adding in our barley and split peas first. And you just keep skimming the water as well. Just take off all the yucky foamy bits, and we just want to try and create a nice clear broth. So we're going to add our barley in there. We're also going to add in our split peas as well. And we're going to keep this simmering away for another hour. So we're going to keep it on a simmer, medium to high heat for 1 hour. And we're going to keep our ham shank in there as well. You might need a little bit longer. Just check the split peas and make sure they're nice and soft. If you need a bit longer, that's fine. If you feel like you need to add in any water, any extra water at any point, just feel free to do that as well. So after the hour, we're going to add in all of our grated vegetables. So we've got our onion and garlic going in there as well, and our carrots. Now in the older recipes, there's not garlic in the older recipes, only in our sort of modern family recipe do we put garlic in. So if you want to sort of be really traditional, I would just skip the garlic. But I just like to add in a wee bit for extra flavour, because I like to add garlic into everything. So we're going to add all of our vegetables in there. It does look like quite a lot, but it does cook down. As I said before, if you feel like you need to add any extra water in at any point, just feel free to do so. Sometimes you might need a little bit extra salt if you're adding in a bit of water further down the line. So just be mindful of like flavour when you're adding in extra water as well. So we're just going to mix all of our ingredients through there. We're going to be simmering for another hour for these vegetables. But this time we're going to take our ham shank out, and while all that is cooking, we're going to prepare our shank, and we're just basically going to take all the meat off the bone and shred it up, and we're going to pop it back into the soup. So it should be very well cooked now, even from its frozen state. When I put mine in, it is very well done. So I like to cut all the fat off. I usually keep that bit for the dog and the cat, and they usually enjoy that. And I then just shred all of the meat off and pop it back into the soup. So we're going to pop all of our shredded ham back into the soup. Now there should have been a wee bit more, but my kids kept coming through and pinching it all off the plate. So, so we've just got what we've got here. You could actually also add in some shredded smoked ham that you had in the fridge or something if you wanted to add in extra, if you felt like it wasn't enough in the shank itself. But I always feel like it's usually enough for a pot soup. You don't want too much because the flavour is in the broth as well anyway. So you want to taste it at this point and then add your salt and pepper. So I don't add any salt and pepper until this point because the shank is quite salty, so you do get a lot of flavour out of that as it is. So sometimes you don't need to add a lot of salt into your soup with a ham shank. So I would just wait until you've put your ham back into your soup, then taste it and then add in any extra that you feel it needs. So the split peas and barley does make a thicker soup. If you feel like you need to add a little bit extra water, go ahead and do so. And just make sure you taste the flavour and stuff as you're doing that. So we're going to serve this up with some crusty bread and a good dose of butter on the table as well. And I hope you enjoyed this lovely recipe. So thanks for watching. I hope your recipe turned out as delicious as ours did, and I hope you get a chance to try it with the red lentils as well. If you are over on Patreon and you do support me over there, don't forget to pop over and print out your recipe card for this recipe. And if you haven't heard about my Patreon membership, I'll put a link down below. There's lots of extra goodies over there for you and all the recipes. Basically my whole recipe collection going forward is over on Patreon. If you're over on Instagram, pop over and say hello. Otherwise, thanks for all the support. Take care. Lots of love. Bye bye.